month end. Why? Because he wanted to sell the other variant which was readily available in stock and he wanted to boost his sales. You are able to appreciate. So what happens in month end? Now this is one side, marketing side of things. Now I also have other experiences where month middle വണ്ടി മേടിക്കാൻ പോയവരോട് പറയും, സാറേ ഈ മന്ത് മിഡിലിന് പോകുമ്പോൾ റേറ്റ് ഒക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് കസ്റ്റമർ ഇസ് നോട്ട് ഹാപ്പി. കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സ് എനിക്ക് ഈ റേറ്റിൽ വണ്ടി എടുക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല, കുറച്ചുകൂടി ഡിസ്കൗണ്ട് വേണം, ഫിനാൻസിങ് ബെനിഫിറ്റ് വേണം, ഇൻഷുറൻസ് ഒക്കെ ഫ്രീ ആയിട്ട് കിട്ടണം. അപ്പോൾ സെയിൽസ്മാൻ എന്നോട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, സാറൊരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യും, സാറ് ഇപ്പോൾ വരണ്ട, ഒരു മന്ത് എൻഡ് ആകുമ്പോൾ ഇതുപോലത്തെ പുതിയ സംഭവങ്ങളൊക്കെ വരും. അന്നേരം എൻ്റെ സീനിയർ മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് ഞാൻ എന്ത് പറഞ്ഞാലും അപ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യും. കാരണം എന്താ? ദി എൻറ്റയർ മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് ഇസ് വർക്കിംഗ് ഓവർ നൈറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ദേ സംഹൗ വാണ്ട് ടു ബൂസ്റ്റ് സെയിൽസ്. So what practically happens in life is all the sales are reserved for month end. A lot of marketing and mismarketing happens during the month end. അപ്പോൾ തിരക്ക് പിടിച്ച സമയമാണ്. People are working overtime. They are working early morning. They are working late night. They don't sleep. Middle of the night they call their senior managers for approval. Now you tell me from the angle of a fraudster, ഒരു ഫ്രോഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ, ഫിനാൻഷ്യൽ ഫ്രോഡ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആളെ പറ്റിക്കാനായിട്ട് പറ്റിയ സമയം ഏതാ? ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ദിസ് മന്ത് എൻഡ്. ഏറ്റവും തിരക്ക് കൂടിയ സമയമായിരിക്കും ഒരാളെ പറ്റിക്കാനായിട്ട് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല സമയം. ബിക്കോസ് സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് മന്ത് എൻഡിൽ ശ്രദ്ധക്കുറവുണ്ടാവും. തിരക്ക് കൂടുന്ന സമയത്ത് ശ്രദ്ധക്കുറവുണ്ടാവും. ഈവൻ ഇൻ ബാങ്ക്സ് ടു പാസ് ലോൺസ് during the month end there is a target for loans also. Let's say your documents, there are few papers missing in your file. What doesn't get passed on 15th of the month may get passed on 30th of the month, because the sales team of the bank wants to somehow do the lending and tell that we have done so much business this month. That is why the month ends and the busy seasons, ipo Onam ടൈം വരുന്നുണ്ട്, ഓണം ടൈമിൽ യു വിൽ ഫൈൻഡ് ഓൾ ദീസ് തിങ്സ് ഹാപ്പനിങ്. മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ്, മിസ്മാർക്കറ്റിംഗ്, സെയിൽസ് ബൂസ്റ്റിംഗ്. അപ്പം പാസ്സാവാത്ത ഫയലെല്ലാം പാസ്സാവും, നടക്കാത്ത സെയിലൊക്കെ നടക്കും. ബിക്കോസ് എവറിബഡി വാണ്ട്സ് ടു ഇംപ്രൂവ് ബിസിനസ്, സേ ദാറ്റ് വി ഹാവ് ഡൺ സോ മച്ച് മോർ ദിസ് ഓണം. ദർ ആർ ടാർഗറ്റ്സ്. So this is something which advance billing is one thing which we see very commonly in corporate frauds, where these month-end activities, dummy bills are given, advance bills are given. ഇത് ചിലപ്പോൾ ഒന്നാമത് ചിലപ്പോൾ നേരെ റിവേഴ്സ് അടിക്കും. It may just simply get reversed in the subsequent month. In case of companies, we see shell companies or dummy companies. Any idea what are dummy companies or shell companies? Business ഒന്നും ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. This is the only purpose of having this entity. Maybe people who are into taxation, anybody who is learning tax along with your finance or BCom, if you are learning tax, you might have heard about tax evasions and tax havens. There are countries in the world where there are no taxes. So what happens? There are companies who open subsidiaries or they have their holding companies or associate companies in these places, and they shift all the revenues into that company. All the work is done by the company in India, but all the revenues are shifted to these companies which are sitting in these tax havens. There will only be one manager or one or two people. That too, it will be handled online. It won't be handled physically. It will be offshore in the manager in the company. So they are shell companies with no purpose. It is a nullity. It is made just for the purpose of evading taxes, to avoid certain stringent laws, or for simply taking funds outside India. So these are known as shell companies or dummy companies. I am not going much into that, because these shell companies and dummy companies are usually seen in the case of taxation evasions, tax evasions and tax frauds. So there are very complex structures which are formed by companies which allow them to siphon off funds, or which allow them to do these tax evasions very effectively. There are a lot of practical live cases and that could be a session on its own for people who are interested in taxation, tax evasions, and shell companies is a great subject to learn. So I'm not dwelling much into it. I just want you to be aware that there are such things. That's the only intention. Again, go further talking about corporate frauds, money laundering activities. Any idea what is money laundering? Any idea what is money laundering? Black money, white money എന്ന് കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? എന്താണ് black money? Is it black in color? Then why is it called black money? Let's say I have taken bribe. Let's say I have taken 10 lakh rupees bribe. ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ബാങ്ക് അക്കൗണ്ട് കൊണ്ട് അത് ഇട്ട് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? That becomes white money. And when the moment it becomes white, I am answerable. It gets accounted. It becomes accounted money. I have to answer it. Now what if I take this money, I have this 10 lakh, I find 20 people, I give 50,000 rupees to each and every person. Each person will deposit it into their own bank accounts, and they will all transfer 50,000 rupees to me. So there are 20 people who are distributing 50,000 rupees each to me. So what happens? How much do I get? How much do I get? 10 lakhs. So the same money which I got as bribe, instead of going and depositing the entire money as cash, what do? I distribute it to 20 friends, 50,000 rupees to 20 friends, and ask each of them to give me 50,000 rupees each. Will I ask them to give me any time? I will choose a day for that. I will choose my birthday. So what will I do? 20 people have given me a gift of 50,000 rupees each on my birthday. Anything wrong in that? Nothing wrong. And will that be taxed in my hands? People who know income tax may know that up to 50,000 rupees gift can be received from unrelated parties without paying tax. So I am coolly able to convert my സാറ് നല്ല വഴി പറഞ്ഞു തന്നു എന്ന് ആരോടും പറയരുത്, അതല്ല ഉദ്ദേശം. See, I told you this. I want to share practical experiences with you. അതുകൊണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. So please take the good side of the things. So this is called money laundering. So I am trying to fool the government, fool the department, and convert my black money into white money. So activities like this happen in the real world, and it is we as forensic auditors who actually unearth this. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ നോക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരാളുടെ ബർത്ത്ഡേക്ക് കൃത്യമായിട്ട്, so we see in practical life, does it happen? So then we inquire among all the friends, why you have given 50,000 rupees to this person without any purpose. ഒരാളുടെ ബർത്ത്ഡേക്ക് കൃത്യമായിട്ട് 50,000 rupees received from 20 people, that will raise a red flag. I'm not saying it cannot happen. It may be the occasion of my marriage. It may be the occasion of my 60th birthday or whatever. I mean, there are so many occasions. Isn't India is a country where there are a lot of celebrations. During Vishu, my grandfather gave me 2 lakh rupees Vishu kai neetam. Why? He can't give, is it? So I can make so many stories, especially in a country like ours, where money gifting is considered as a ritual. Isn't it? People buy gold and they say that it was received. I have received this gold during the time of my marriage. The girl received gold from friends, relatives. So I have not accounted for it. Why should I account for it? It is gift received during the occasion of marriage and it is not taxable. So all these are money laundering activities, illegal funding activities. So many things. I mean, I can give you endless examples for that I will run short of time if I start giving you more examples. Just to give you one more example, and I'll stop the illegal funding with that. Let's say I buy a land over here for 1 crore rupees.